I would like to welcome you to Tech Topics, Microsoft Word Paragraphs. My name is Tanisha. I'm joined here with James, and he is going to tell you a little bit about Microsoft Word and how you can enhance your experience with it. I am going to go ahead and hand things over to James. James, go ahead and take it away.
All right, well, welcome to Tech Topics. We're going to talk about Microsoft Word paragraphs, and basically with paragraphs, we're going to talk about formatting and such. But I'd like to go ahead and give a quick shout out to LinkedIn Learning. This is one of the resources that we offer. It is formerly lynda.com, but basically if you're interested in technology or programs or learning how to, do a business or anything like that, this is going to be one of those resources that's really, really useful. If you want to see more, down in the description, you'll see that there's a title, and that'll get you into Microsoft Word formatting. That'll go into a little bit more detail from what I'm going to cover here. So now that we have that resource shout out, let me go ahead and pull up Microsoft Word. So let's go ahead and start first by just inserting some random text in Microsoft Word so we have something to work with. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and use these top menu buttons to show you how to kind of format things a little bit to make your document a little bit more appealing or a little bit more easy to read. So the first thing I'm going to show is going to be here within the home menu, and it's going to be the paragraph button, which is here in the center section. It's this little line spacing button here where it says line and paragraph spacing. It allows you to change the spacing in between each line in a paragraph and in between each paragraph itself. So when you have text, once it's already typed, if you want to change it, you can go ahead and highlight your text, click on the drop-down menu here, and these numbers right here, 1.0, 1.15, this is going to be the spacing in between each line in a paragraph. So if you notice, as I hover over each one, the line space is going to change. So this is 1.5, this is 2 point, this is 2.5 point, this is 3.0. So it spaces out that relatively small paragraph quite a bit over the course of your document. If you notice in between the 5 paragraphs that I have here, there's actually space in between each paragraph. It does that by default in Microsoft Word, and you can go ahead and remove that space if you so choose to make everything a little bit more tight. You could also go to add space before a paragraph if you really wanted to create it a little more space, or if you want more control and more details, you can click on where it says line spacing options here, and it'll allow you to change the amount of space after the paragraph. So here with the spacing after 8 point, I can go ahead and I can make that larger or I can make that smaller. It'll show you a small preview down here in the bottom, but it won't actually apply to the document until you click OK. Okay, so I'll leave that as is for now. So that's just one way to space out paragraphs a little bit more. The next thing that's really useful is going to be here in the insert menu. So it's going to be the one right next to your home menu. If I click on insert, I want to show you this page break button right here. Now, what a page break does is it basically inserts a space wherever you had your cursor. It takes anything below it and it moves it to the next page. So say, for example, I want to keep these 3 paragraphs on the first page of my document, and I want to move these next 2 paragraphs to the next page in my document. I would just click on page break right here. So now you'll see that I have 2 pages, 1 page here, 1 page there. And if I wanted to insert another page break here for this last paragraph, I can do the same thing as well. So now I have 3 pages, 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to take out these page breaks for now so we can go ahead and move on to our next little tip. The next tip is going to be here in the layout menu. So I showed you how to insert a page break, but that's not the only kind of break that you can insert into a document. If you go here where it says page setup, there's a little drop down menu that says breaks. Not only does it have the option for page break, but also has a couple of other options here, including column break, text wrapping, next page, continuous page for different sections and such. So page break allows you to move items from one page to another. Column break You can't see it from here, but if I insert a column break, if I inserted columns into my document, it would put the text from the first document, from the first page here into the second column, and I'll go to columns in a moment so you can see that. Another break that's really, really useful is if you want to insert photos into your document, like pictures or diagrams or anything like that, you can go ahead and you can put a text wrapping break. And what that'll do is that'll move the text around pictures in your document. There are also section breaks. So section breaks, what this will do is this will make it really, really easy for you to do a table of contents or page numbers in your document. To get Microsoft to work with it really, really well, you want to make sure that you have each part of your document sectioned off really, really nicely. So you can do an even page or an odd page section or a continuous section right here. And it does have the option as well for the next page section break. The difference between the page break and the next page section break, it does basically the same thing, but with the section break here, it actually makes your next page a different section. This is really useful if you're writing a novel or something along those lines. You can go ahead and make each chapter a different section, so that way you can go ahead and format it properly for numbering and prepare your document for publication. So to kind of build off of this, the next one I'm going to show you here is columns. So under the columns menu, you could actually choose how many columns to make your document. Click on the drop down and you can make a 2-column document, 3-column. You can make an uneven column, one large column on the left, a larger column on the right, or a large column on the left and a smaller column on the right. So for now, I'm just going to go ahead and do 2 columns here. So you'll see I have columns here on this page. And if I kept on typing, whenever I type more text, I'm just going to insert some random text, it'll go over into the next page. This is where the breaks get to be really, really useful as well. So say, for example, I want to take these last 2 paragraphs and move them over to the next column. I can go into breaks, click column, and that moved my text from one column to another. Okay, so columns are really, really useful. Formatting from the breaks is really, really useful. The next thing I'm going to show you here is in the view menu. This is almost all the way to the right near the top of the screen. And this is something that I like to turn on and keep it on so that way I can see what's going on within my document. It's the ruler option. So when you click on the ruler option, what it does is it actually gives you an inch ruler on your document. So you can see the size of the paper here in gray, you can see the size of the usable document here in white, and if there are any section breaks or any column breaks, you can see them here as well. So here in this document, you can see that I have 2 columns. The white area is the typable area, and the gray area is the unusable area. So if I actually wanted to go into this ruler and kind of change things, I can move things around if I really, really wanted to. And that'll allow me to go ahead and reformat the document. I like to keep that on, like I said, so I can see what's going on in my document and I can go ahead and I can make changes as necessary. So the last thing I'm going to show you is actually going to be back here in the home menu again. And this is a really, really useful formatting tool. It's this show hide paragraph icon. So there's a lot of formatting going on in your document kind of that you don't see that Microsoft automatically inserts. So to see all of that formatting and allow you to make changes over that formatting, if you click on the show hide paragraph option here, you can see all of the little paragraph symbols. So basically every single time that you see a paragraph symbol like this here, that's the time that you would hit, that's the time that someone has hit the enter key and gone to a different paragraph. So if I hit the enter key, you can see that I'm adding paragraph spaces. If I was to go back and change the remove space after paragraph, I can kind of make my paragraphs look similar without using the spacing, but every time that I hit the enter key, you can see that there's a paragraph symbol here. If I really want to go in there, I can go ahead and I can delete these. Also, one thing that's really, really useful, by turning on the show hide paragraph symbol, this allows me to see any breaks that I have in the document. So with it turned off, you can see that I'm typing in the document here. Text, text, text. And I can keep typing, typing, typing. But I can't see where that break is. So if I wanted to delete this column break, I need to turn on this show hide paragraph option here. Then I can go to this column break and press delete. And it will delete the column break. And when I turn it off, it disappears. Now, even if you have this turned on, all of these paragraph symbols and any breaks are purely for formatting. They're not going to show up in your document even if you have this turned on. So just use it to format your document. Doesn't matter if you turn it off when you're ready to print your document. So that's everything that I have here. Does anyone have any questions?
All right, thank you so much, James. That was such good information. So one quick question we have, somebody wants to know if these formatting tools are the same in all versions of Word, because you know we have like 365, would it be the same in previous versions of Word?
It's pretty much the same. Depending on the version of Word you're using, these tools may appear in different menus or they may look a little bit different, but it's pretty universal in the way that it's named and the way that they function. Between 365 and the most current version of Word, 2019, I believe it is, it should look equal. If you're using an older version like 2015 or 2013, it may look a little bit different, but it should be functionally the same.
All right, awesome, thank you. And then one other question, would these tools be the same in Google Docs?
Google Docs may not have all of these tools. These are more advanced formatting tools, which are more used when you're ready to publish your document or make your document look a little bit more professional. Google Docs is a little bit more lightweight, so that way you can go ahead and make changes online and such, and give you a quick and easy way to go ahead and type a document. It might have some, like I know for a fact it'll have columns, it'll have some of the paragraph control, but I'm not sure how much control you have. I know you have more control within Word. It may not be the exact same in Google Docs, but should be pretty similar. But generally speaking, Google Docs is a little bit less powerful than the actual standalone Microsoft Word program.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. And it looks like that's all the questions for now. James, if you don't mind, just bring up that last slide for us. We're going to cover the things that we always do in our programs.
There we go.
So, as you know, if you have any way, if you would like to contact us, there's our contact information there. You can reach us by phone, text, email, however you'd like to contact us, that's how you can. If you'd like to see our other programs and events, we have the link to our events calendar there. Summer is upon us. So summer reading is right around the corner. We have such an awesome group of programs planned for you all through the summer, for the little ones, for babies, all the way up to grown-ups. So definitely check out our events calendar. We have some wonderful things available for you this summer. And next week's topic will be social media management tools. James, thank you so much for teaching us a little bit about paragraphs. I've been using Microsoft Word since I was, what, like 10, and I still learn things today that I didn't know existed. So thank you so much for that. It's going to be very useful for a lot of people.
You're welcome.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining, and we will see you next time. Bye now.
Bye-bye. Take care.